Hey everybody, it's been about 2 weeks since I last had a video. As a matter of fact, the last video I was preparing for my 4th of July duathlon. That's right, my very first duathlon. And if you haven't been following my blog, or you're not following me on Facebook, etc., or Twitter, whatever, you don't know the results. Well, the results were quite good. I actually ended up first in my age group, which blew me away. I was really happy with my speed that day. Let me tell you a little bit about it. The first run was a 3/4 mile run, and I ended up doing a 5:28 pace. I think the total time was 4:04 or something like that. So blazing fast to begin with. And then after that I hopped on my bike, and my bike wasn't great. I ended up averaging 20.5 miles per hour. It was a curvy course, but that's definitely an area that I need to enhance my skills on. If I can get that up to 23, 24 miles an hour, I'm jamming. I'm in good shape. After the bike, got off that, went in to do my run, a 3-mile run, and I averaged a 6:34 pace, I think it was. So all in all, really good. I really put it all out there that day, so I was happy, and it was enough to bring home some hardware, which my wife says she really wanted, and there it is. So there. My transitions were good. You know, I was practicing my mounting of my bike with my pre-clip shoes. It was flawless. The only problem is it was a very tight area, and as I was jumping on my bike, there were 2 bikes on either side of me kind of doing this as they were trying to mount. So luckily I hopped on my bike and went right down the middle of them, but that was almost a little bit of a collision. Funny thing though, at the end of the bike, actually it's not that funny, it was 2 laps around this thing, and as I was coming to the bike in, once again it was very narrow and there were people in the way, and I missed my bike in, so I actually had to loop around a little bit, and I wasted a good 30-45 seconds you know, just correcting a mistake. Stupid mistake on my part. Anyways, so that was the bike. My second transition was good. Everything was great. I had really, really nice tight transitions. The one thing, I was a learning curve. I fumbled for 10 seconds in the T1 trying to put on my bike gloves. And I started thinking, well, you know what? There was other runners at the very first run that started with their bike gloves on, so they didn't have to mess with that. I was bringing this up to a couple of my friends the other day, and they're like, why are you even wearing bike gloves to begin with? That's silly. So you know what? Duh. No bike gloves. So there you go. So tomorrow's transitions should be pretty good. Oh yes, I have a race tomorrow. This is the second in the series of the trilogy, and it's down in Key Biscayne. So I'm really pumped about that. The difference between the first race of the trilogy and this race of the trilogy, I'm doing the duathlon. That's right, I switched. Hoy, you're probably upset at me for this, but you know what? I'm not giving up on this tries, but tomorrow is due, and I want to bring home some more hardware. Actually, I was just preparing tonight for my transition, get everything all packed up. I wanted to point out a couple of quick things that I pack in my bag that you might not pack in your transition bag. So let me show you that real quick. First of all, in my transition bag, I love this transition bag. It's got a really nice helmet pocket. It's got a nice zippered wet pocket down below, so if you have any stinky, sweaty, wet clothes after the race, you can keep it separate from all your dry stuff up front. And here's another thing I did. You know, this year they're giving away these USAT cards, and they're small little, like for your keychain. What I did is I tied that to the inside strap, so you know what? If I ever go to the race, I will never be without my USAT card. It's always attached to my bag. So a little pointer there. Also, for all you newbies out there, make sure you get a headlamp, because even at the last race, guess what? They didn't have any lights, and people were walking around in the dark, so a headlamp is a must. Another thing I bring is a little stapler, tiny little stapler. So when you get your bike number in the morning, you can just staple your bike number on instead of having to deal with that adhesive from the bike number, because that's a pain in the butt to work with. Another thing I bring is just a small little first aid kit. Now I packed this up with a couple extra things. I put some Advil in there, and since I wear contacts and I would be blind if I didn't wear contacts, I keep a spare set of contacts in there as well. So that's always with me in the transition area, just in case I need anything from there. Something new I just bought that I'm bringing tomorrow, some bright orange duct tape. This is for my bike rack, so I can wrap the ends of the transition bike rack so I know exactly where to go during transition. It's not a big race, it's not that big of a deal, but if you're running to your bike, you really don't want to have to guess where your bike is. This is going to help tomorrow, I guarantee it. One last thing, and it's a necessity. That's right, a big old cowbell, and that's for my wife. So anyways, tomorrow is the second series of the trilogy. Thanks for following me still, and I'll try to keep you guys updated a little more often. And until tomorrow with race results, see ya.